Yo, how is it going, everybody? It is your boy, and welcome back to another episode of the Why I Love series. And this one is going to be taking place another anime. And I know I talked about a lot of stuff. I talked about what I liked being a VTuber. I talked about the first episode of Loki. I talked about Higohira, and what else did I talk about? Oh my lord, I can't remember what else I talked about on this show already. But this is the first time I'm gonna be covering something that I am gonna want to cover weekly because God, was this amazing. And that is going to be Remake Our Life. And wow, dude, we'll talk about an amazing first episode. I for one did not think this episode was gonna be so fantastic. Going into this, I'm blind. I only read on stream, I think, the synopsis of this one, and sorry, my hair is in my face. But yeah, I only read the synopsis of this, but already I've kind of I love this. The show is so interesting. The show is so like what I'm looking for. It's a joy, and it's inspiring, and it kind of makes you think about your choices in life. Like, let's just go into the series so I can get more familiar with why I like this so much. Okay, so sorry, I need to take a deep breath for this one because we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. I guess the first thing to talk about what I love about this show would have to be the main character. I think the main character is so relatable, and that is especially in anime, it's a very tough concept to create a relatable main character. But he feels like everyone, especially like, can relate to it being unemployed for a finite amount of time. Like somebody who wanted to chase his dreams, had his dream job, it didn't go well, has to go live back at his house, has to go live back with mom and dad, finds another opportunity to get a dream job. He excels at it, he's great at it, but because of the circumstances that he's in, and unforeseen circumstances with the company, he again is unemployed, and he still dreams and wishes like, dude, if I had just went to the art school, maybe things would have been different. In his life, he chose to decide to go to a college that would help him get an adequate job instead of go to his dream school. Then he quit his office job, thinking, you know what, why am I gonna want to be here? I don't like this. And I think everyone can relate to a character who chose safety over your dream. And I think this is what really inspires me to keep watching this, or like want to cover this weekly, is his growth, not growth, but his turmoil with his own self of like, damn, why was I so scared to like pick art school? Like, I really wanted to go, I was so happy I got in, but why did I like it's one of those things, like, why would you pick safety? Like, you shoot for, like, it's like, if you know you can go someplace that you dreamed, like, why wouldn't you like try your dream out? At least if you fail at life because you were going for your dream, it's not really a failure. You tried, you did what a lot of people are afraid to do, which is to pursue your dream and at least try. Some people just say, nah, it's a fool's errand, I don't even want to think about even attempting to try that, because if I do, I'm just gonna break my own heart. And I think that's not fair to oneself necessarily in the longest run. Like, I truly believe the main character, he really does exuberate that so much that, like, no, it's worth risking, it's always worth risking, never stop worth risking. And like, once you prove to yourself that no, it's not, sorry about that, once you prove to yourself, like, no, it's something more important to me than like the food on the food on the table, and that, like, me chasing my dream is essential for me to feel like I've merited some sort of significance in this. Yeah, that's just me, like, going in on how I can relate to this character, about wanting to chase something that I've always wanted to do, and how I can relate to that regret of, I wish I should have just done this, I wish I would have just done that. And again, I don't want to like relate this to me too much, because I want to go into why I love it so much, but I feel like because I'm talking about why I love it so much, I have to relate it to me. And it's like, it goes into streaming and being a streamer and being a YouTube personality and being an anime boy, basically. Like, this is like all things that I wish I'd done earlier. I wish I had the guts to like pursue this, to like go for this way earlier in my life. I mean, I'm only 24 right now, but I wish I would have like been more confident to do this maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, the amount of time it would that I would have, like, the basically what I'm trying to say is, like, if I had started this earlier, I like, who knows how far I can be right now. I'm starting this at this age and I'm not regretting it whatsoever. I'm lucky enough to still be young to chase my dream, although he's 28 years old, so I mean, we're not too far apart. Ow, my toe. Sorry, I dropped ice on my foot today and it fucking hurts. It hurts. But anyways, let's keep on with the series. So this is gonna be a long video because this whole first episode is like an hour long, which I'm fucking happy for, because so much good stuff happens. So much good stuff happens. So after he gets fired from his second programming job, a job that he excelled at, by the way, a job that he was so passionate about that he went above and beyond. His chief was like, dude, I'm sorry to say it, you wanted to meet the platinums, these three supposedly, this trio of people who are just that excel at life, that they've in the art school, they're like the three most prized students, and one of them is an artist by the name of Akicho Shinzo, Akichi Shinzo, or Akido Shinzo, or I don't remember what it is. but it's basically Aki Shinzo, and he's like, oh, like, I can't, like, her art speaks to me on so many levels, and she's only my age. Like, it's crazy. It's metaphysical, and for him to be admiring them, and for his chief to be like, yeah, they're pretty good people, like, it sets up that these people are going to be important later. And then again, this is all barely first episode stuff. When he wakes up and he's in his young teenage body, he decides, like, this second chance to go for to do what he loved. I think everyone like, what's so great about this show is they put it in a realistic light, and it's not like he's OP, he's passing on these classes. It's nothing of the sort. What really, like, makes me gel with this so much, like, really a lot, is the fact that, like, he even says, I wish life would work that way. Like, if you guys can, like, if I could start VTubing like 2 years ago, like, what was I doing 2 years ago? I was doing nothing. If I could start 2 years ago, like, or just like start streaming 2 years ago, I think I'd be more proud of myself about what I've achieved. I think I would have really put in the effort, put in the work, and of course, like, I mean, I just would have really took it seriously instead of just like thinking, damn, one of these days I want to do like YouTube. Or even at 1918, I always thought about doing YouTube stuff, and I've always wanted to do something of this caliber, and I've always thought, you know what, one day I want to do it with people. Like, I was always afraid to do it by myself. I never thought to myself, when are you gonna do it? I always was waiting on everybody else, when I should have just been, you know, leading the pack and deciding, you know what, I want to do this, so that means I have to go. I have to, like, you know, do it myself and whatnot. Hold on, guys. My avatar is being wonky. I'm gonna hide out real quick. Don't mind me. Yeah. There we go. But no, like, I totally gel with that fantasy of wanting to go back to a turning point in your life and choose the other path. Obviously, he's lived the path that was wrong, so why not go for the path that's right, or that he perceived the true right path? And it's just so awesome to see him enjoying this not fantasy, but second chance. And now we go into the second half of this episode, which really played one big factor that made me go, damn, this anime is definitely something I'm going to be covering. It was towards the end, but let's go through the beginning, because there's obviously, like, big setup for, like, who his roommates are and stuff. So he meets his roommates, and they're all like these enigmatic characters. One is this blue-haired chick named Shinto Aki. Yeah. Shinzo Aki is her name, and Shinoaki is her name. And she's like very aloof. She's kind of like, she gives off mean girl vibes. She's kind of like, oh yeah, I stayed in your bed because my futon wasn't ready yet, so I decided why not just share a futon with this random stranger. And then of course, like every anime, the misunderstanding scene walked in. Then you have Shuroji, and I'm just call him Red Shirt Dude. And Red Shirt Dude is very like aloof. He's very like funny, pokes fun. And then there's a blonde chick Naoko, and she's very much like the popular girl who goes to acting school because she really takes acting like dead ass serious. And they're all having fun and stuff. And then like when they go to their ceremony meeting, and the principal's like, nah, this isn't gonna be an easy ticket. Like, y'all gonna have to work, y'all gonna have to put in the effort. And it goes to show, like, when it comes to like doing your dream, you can't just do your dream and expect it all to fall into place. You have to really put into work. I personally am taking, like I said, I don't think I mentioned this on my Twitch stream, like I'm taking a month off of work. No, I'm not doing that, I promise. No, I'm taking a month off of going out. I always like to go out. I always like to spend money, go out, have a party, drink, dance, go to the club. I've always done that on the weekends, and I feel like the weekends are the prime time. I should be buckling down, I should be streaming, I should be like really engaging with everybody. But I waste 2 days of like my days off, which could be streaming or planning some collabs, or even just recording material, recording videos, all that sort. And I'm just partying out for no reason. And it just goes to show, like, I wasn't like, if I want to grow as a streamer, if I want to grow as a content creator, I have to push myself, and I have to make sacrifices that are necessary for me to focus on my goal. Because it's not going to be easy to rise up. It's not. I can't just make a cool video like this and then decide, you know what, this video is great, I wish more people would watch it. I have to really put more into that. I have to like think about, how do I want to get this video out, how do I want to promote this video. Like there's much more than just creating. There's a bigger aspect to it. I think that's what I love about the opening ceremony of the second half of episode 1. It does show, like, like, it doesn't matter, like, yeah, you're a 28-year-old guy in an 18-year-old body, but you still have to, it's still going to be a fight. You can't be thinking like it's going to be a free ride, it's going to be an easy ride, you're going to be living your dream, oh, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di. No, it's hard work. You have to really put in the effort, because dreams only come to life when you believe in them. If you believe in them, that means you believe in putting the work into them. Oh my lord. that's a lot of stuff to like package right there. Oh, you guys can hear how I'm dry my mouth. That's kind of embarrassing. Hold on, let me just a little bit of water. But yeah, so there's that. And then there's another scene where you kind of see his old chief, his old editor for the gaming company, the second one he worked for. And it's she went to the same school too, and he's kind of amazed by that. He's like, oh, it's Chief, like, what are you doing here? And she's like, who are you? And he's like, oh shit, wait, hold on. It's a fun little gag of like, and it's just cute. It's just cute that he's like, damn, like, she really did put in the work, she really did put in the effort. And it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, like, you could see why she was popular over at her facility, like, or at their company. Like, that's why she was so interested in, like, oh, you like the platinums, which are the trio, the big trio again. So she definitely does put in hard work. And then there's a moment, the turning point of like, that begs the question, is effort versus talent, which one wins? And it's this moment right here where she obviously studies her ass off. She's really dedicated to the craft. Like, art, visual arts, and art in general is something that for. And she answers one question from the professor, and then she tells the professor, like, I don't want to give away the last answer. I think homeboy's who's sleeping in class, which is a red shirt guy who lives it with the rest of the main protagonists. And he wakes up and he's like, oh, okay, the answer is the foil, like, simple. And he just goes back to sleep. He goes, wow, aren't you like a prodigy, a genius, or like it's one of those things, like some people are just naturally adept at, like, you know what I'm saying, some people are just naturally, like, they're smart. Like I used to do what he did, this main character, Red Shirt Kun did in class. I was a natural at English. I wouldn't even try to get a B plus. I'd sleep in class, I'd just do whatever. I knew it enough, and I think that's what bored me so much about school. Was like, dude, I know it, we know the answer, we just what, let me do the work and you'll get the answer, but I'm gonna sleep because, you know, like, why not? Like, I'm tired and whatnot. But yeah, definitely interesting development, because then this makes the main character, what's the fact I can't remember homeboy's name is gonna make me mad. It just has to say in the description video. It does not say in the description. Wow. But anyways, main character dude is like, he basically is like, dang, like, really knew the answer and he didn't even try. Like, I thought me having 10 years on everybody would make this, well, I would have an advantage, but I really don't. Compared to everybody else, I'm just average, and that average, mediocre kind of mindset is what sets him into this kind of funk of like, am I ever gonna be like on that level of the platinums? And of course, he's hanging out with blue hair chick, best main girl, Aki. We're just gonna call her Aki for short, or Shinoaki. And she's like, yo, let's go hit up some of the extracurricular clubs, check it out. They have a fun little time, they're enjoying themselves, and he's walking her home. And she's like, you know, like, what's really on your mind? Like, it's one of those moments where it's like, sometimes having someone to talk to, just to vent out your like little frustrations, your little worries, can really benefit you. You don't know what the other person's gonna say. Sometimes it could be something that's probably the most impactful piece of advice that you probably have ever gotten. And it is, because she tells him, like, dude, it was basically like, look, I know you're jealous of so and so because, like, he's a genius at this, but I'm guarantee you in this world, you do things that people are jealous of. Because I'm jealous of you for some things that you do, and you're jealous of me some things I can do or other people can do. Like, that's just the way it is. Like that shouldn't ever discourage you from climbing or from going, you know, thinking you're not special, or if you're special or not. Like, you have to remember, you're great at things that other people wish they were great at. And when I heard that line, when she explained that line, that whole thing of like, you know, other people are going to be jealous of you, or other people are going to wish they were good at something that you were doing. I really thought to myself, wow, did that solidify the idea? I need to cover this week, because that was powerful. And that really resonated with me in a way, because again, being new into this VTuber game, like, again, I'm like, good guys, everyone's like, I get it, you're a VTuber, but being new into this, I was talking to one of my friends, Giorno, earlier, and I was telling him, like, you know, like, being new to this, like, you guys have really welcomed me into the community, and that alone has made me like feel like I can go farther than you. And I think I keep getting the same answer from everybody of like why would you put, like, I wouldn't say put your money on me, like, well, why would you think I'm good enough to, like, you know, retweet, or good enough to like promote, or good enough to talk up, and or anything of the sort? And they all answer is, you have your energy, like, just have something different. And I guess I didn't really think of it too much, other than like, oh yeah, I get it, that's just how I usually am. But thinking about it, I'm like, I guess that's my niche. I guess that's the thing that makes me. I guess some people probably would think, oh, I wish I could be vocal as him, or as chaotic as him. You know, like calm, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people wish they could do stuff I can do, and I'm out here telling these people I wish I can do what they can do. And that's just the way it is, and that's fine. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let that make you worry, because everybody worries. And when she said everyone's worrying about the same things, wishing they can do things like other people, I was just like, fuck. And then we get the nice big icing on the cake of the episode, which made me go like, okay, I like how we're setting this all up, like we didn't know already, but it's good. So after they get home to the apartment, you know, he's about to like drink his drink. He's about to go to sleep. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna rest. Wait, hold on. Let me give homegirl her bag back. And he finds out that she's the artist that he's been admiring since, you know, after college and everything. The very artist that he wanted to meet more than anything is the girl who gave him this piece of advice. And it's a very much a reality check to him that, wow, I'm the person I wish I could have met is right here, and she gave him the best advice ever. And I feel like that motivated him to go beyond his limit. He was gonna want to put in more work. And if I'm not crazy, if I'm like jumping the gun here, I think all his roommates are actually the platinums. I think they really are. And they say some interesting pieces of advice. Like the red shirt guy was like, if you take everything way too seriously, that's no way to learn. I really do like that. Like, all of them have been dropping like small tidbits of knowledge and small tidbits of like actual like hints that these guys are the platinums, and kind of impressed. And I kind of like the idea of like him, you know, if I don't know if he's gonna join the platinums per se, but I feel like he's gonna like benefit from having such not powerful people, powerful in the sense of like they know what they want to do. They're talented, because I think when you surround yourself with people of a certain energy, like that reflects you. So if you surround yourself with people who want to achieve things, you're going to be, you know, feeling like you can achieve things that you felt like you could. Or if you're with people who feel like they don't deserve anything in life and that life sucks, that it's all trash and then you're trash, then you're going to be believing that as well. It reflect like you pull the energy, like, the energy that comes to you is the energy that you pull towards it, or you rotate to. You understand? Like, if you're gonna be hanging out with negative people, that's the energy that's gonna come towards you. If you're hanging out with people who are positive, that's the energy that's gonna come towards you. And I feel like that very much is his rise to power. It's the idea of like he now gets to collab with some of the most amazing people in the world, and to him, like, these are just regular people. But in the grander scheme of things, like, they're gonna help elevate him to be the best him he could be. Something that, you know, lone talent probably can't even make. It's very inspiring. It makes you go to the like old shonens like Naruto, and you know, even the newer ones like Black Clover, where like, yeah, like I might not have like the actual talent or the, you know, the natural like ability, but I have something better. I have hard work, dedication, and that alone is its own superpower. I would say that is its own superpower. I'll put money on that. You're gonna say that? That's its own superpower. Hard work and dedication and determination really go a long way. They go way past talent, and it's the grit. The grit will always allow you to push forward past people who have a natural aptitude for. I truly believe that talent alone can't make you. You have to be able to put in the work to be greater than. I can only assume that this is what the show is gonna be about. That's why I fucking love Remake Our Life. The first episode alone, and a whole hour episode, great opening, great messages about like, you know, choosing the right path for yourself and not being afraid to go for your dreams, and understanding that just because you go for your dreams doesn't necessarily be easy, and to understand that yes, there's going to be more talented people than you. Don't worry about how more talented people are, because those same people you're worrying about being so talented are worrying about other people being just as talented as them. Like, it is what it is. And like, just so powerful messages, guys. I fucking love this show. I fucking love this show. Oh my lord, I can't wait to cover it weekly, but I thought it'd be perfect to cover the like first long ass episode on the Why I Love channel, on the Why I Love series, because it's just so good. Oh, so good. It's so good. But anyways, guys, we're gonna end the video here. Perfect place to wrap it up at 25 minutes. But this has been your boy, the sadistic spirit guide, Yokai Poppy Wolf. Adios, peace and love, and sayonara.